Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and today it's August 25th of 2023. It's Friday. It's 74 degrees Fahrenheit or 23 degrees Celsius at 9 p.m. We're doing our Catalpa, Old Dan or Dana. Part 2, we're going to tackling the roots, the fierce roots, and I mean the fierce roots. But at first, I'm sorry I didn't answer the comments yet from yesterday's video because I've been busier like you wouldn't believe today. But people asked me what the pods look like and where the seeds are located in the pods. So that's your pod that's hanging on the tree. This one's just broken off. But in here, once you open this up, you're going to see all these little pieces of paper in there. And inside that paper, you're going to see that little seed. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Can you see the little seed in that paper? And here, and it actually is, it feels like paper. Let me see if I can get one out so you can see the seed. There we go. Here we go. Oh, but you can see the seed inside. Let's see if I can get a better light. Nope. How's that? See that little piece of seed in there? Right there. Some are smaller. Let me see if I can get a bigger piece of paper here. There's one. Inside, the seed is real tiny. Right? I don't know if you can see it, but that's the seed right there. It's in this paper. So you're going to see a lot of these opened up and on the ground, and there's nothing in there because they all flew away. But that's what they are. And when you open it up, it's going to be attached to this membrane on the inside, and that's where all the seeds stick to it. And then you just rub your fingers on there, and all the seeds fall off. So let's get tackling with our little babushka here. Okay, Tom, what'd you do? Oh, there it is. It's stuck to the bottom of the plate. I'll put that on the side. Yeah, I know it's a mess. I've been busy like you wouldn't believe. That's why I wasn't able to answer a lot of your comments or even look at them. So I'm going to do that tonight before I go to bed. But here she is, and this is the roots. I try to use the hose to open up the roots, but man, this was hard. So the soil we're going to use is 2 parts earthworm castings, 2 parts perlite, and 2 parts of the cactus mix from the Sun Glow, the black gold. And I found these new earthworm castings at Faisal's. They got good stuff. This is nice stuff. So we're going to try it out. And also, this is what I'm using, the Sun Glow. I got that at Faisal's, so I like this cactus mix. It's really good. And I just added some perlite to it anyway. So, what are we going to do to get these roots apart? Okay, Tom. You can see there's a lot of fine feeder roots. It would help if I put the camera down. You can see what I'm doing. You can see all these feeder roots over here. They're nice fine feeder roots, but you can see all these big roots down here. So the only thing we can do, and you can see the amount of roots here, and they're grown through the screen. So I don't know, I'm going to have to cut this some way. So all I can do is use my ironwood pruner and see if I can cut through so we can get this big conglomerate out of here. We're just going to do the lower layer, and then we'll rake through the rest of this. And just peel slow but sure. You're going to say, Tom, you're going to ruin your blade on here. Well, I'm going to sharpen it later. But that's the only way I can do it, because I don't have scissors long enough to get into here. There we go. And then by doing this, I'm going to have to take half the leaf off. I'll show you that, because I know it's going to lose a lot of its ability to absorb water, especially in the heat, but it's cooling off. It's supposed to be a little bit cooler tonight and tomorrow, so no rain in sight, so we're dry for a while. All I'm going to do is take this all off. Because trying to rake through a tangled mess of roots is kind of hard to do. There we go. And as you can see, let me open this bucket up so I can throw all my old soil in there. And as you can see, she's still got a lot of roots here on the side. So, can we get that out? I want to try to cut more, but we might have to. We can pull these out. If we can pull these out, we can cut them and just have our fine feeder roots there. So let me see if I can cut these. Atta girl. Bear with me, little one. Bear with me. There we go. Get that out. You can see how these roots are all tangled. Yeah, you can see. There. Let's turn her around here. And you can see this big one here. So we're going to just try to cut that one off. Get it out of there. And now, I don't want to do a lot of heavy root raking on her because it's not that time of the year. If it was spring, I would do it. But we're not going to take it all off because I want her to live. And she's got a good about month and a half, depending on how September and October are going to do to recover. But I'm going to have to really put her in the microclimate until she can recover. Now let's get some of these bigger roots off because these are all fine feeder roots. See, she's all tough, but that's all right because we'll let her grow, and we're not going to touch her in the spring. We're just going to let her recover for the whole summer. And then, if I'm still around, if I don't kick the bucket, in 2025, we should be able to repot her again in the spring and work on her roots. But it all depends if she survives the microclimate for the wintertime. But what I do with her is I take and I bury her pot with a lot of leaves, in an insulated container with the we got the landscape fabric on the bottom of it, and it just drains right through. No, it's not. It's a milk crate, not the insulated container, because sometimes that thing fills up with water. But you can see all the fine feeder roots here, and I don't want to hurt her too much because it's not spring. Fall's a good time to do it. But right now, so I can get her into the same pot, I'm going to take some off the corner here on each side to make it equal. So it'll stimulate root growth. And I'm not going to fertilize her unless I give her like an 011 fertilizer just to stimulate root growth. So let's take her there. And let's take some of the side off of here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll hold it to here so you can see me cutting through. Now this is only perlite in the cactus mix, so there's no rocks in here. So the blade will be good on my needle nose. This cuts right through. Now I'm going to have to take some, because this side here was way close to the pot. I'm going to have to take some off the front so we can move her over centered. I'm just going to cut through You're going to say, well, how come you just don't take all the soil off? Because this isn't the time of the year to do it. For her, at least, because she's got to go into a dormant state, don't forget. So she's got to recover with her roots so she can be ready when the cold sets in. There, just like that. And no, Tom, did you bring anything here to wipe your hands? No, you didn't. Well, what are you going to do? So, you can see the roots on the bottom here. She's still good there. We're going to cut the corners a little bit too. I'm going to cut this corner. And then we're going to stick with all these fine feeder roots, I'm going to have to bury her a little bit. Cover them roots up real good. Okay, so let's do that. Well, I reckon I didn't have no paper towels. So, that's why God made shirts. That's why I'm wearing this old shirt. I'll wipe my hands in there. What are you going to do? Don't let your kids see this because your wives will be writing me letters. Hey, Tom, what are you doing teaching the kids the wrong thing? What are you going to do? Okay, now, for the holes on the pot, let me take all this junk out of it. Because I even soaked it and I tried washing her with the hose, but this stuff won't come off. I mean, she's so compacted and I don't want to tackle her yet. But see now, it's a nice little slip fit into the pot. But before we do anything, come on, little girl. Let's put some screen in there. I think I got one the right size over here. Yeah, I'm all discombobulated. Man, I got to clean this basement up. It's a mess. Perfect. Perfection. Fit right over the holes. Good. Okay, little girl, sit there. Okay, where's my cup? Cup. Here you go. And my spoon. Mr. Spoon. There you go. I had to wear this old shirt because, man, I knew this was going to be a job. Well, you never know what you find when you tackle the roots, because this is the first time. I mean, this is the second time I potted her, but she was in the flower pot. I mean, in the pot, and it was easy to do in the spring. There. Get that in there real nice for her. Now, let's put that there. That's why I got these old pants on. Wipe your hands in your pants, because that's why God made pants. Oh, amen. There you go. Now, if the spray bottle doesn't go out on me, we're gonna, because it's a little dry, we're gonna wet the bottom layer of the media, our soil mix. And then, because I want these roots to grow and flourish, so I'm gonna put my Micos in there. I'm going to give a generous amount on the bottom. Let me fill it up. And then, a little dab will do you like burl cream, and we're going to get it all over her roots. That girl, stay there. That baby. I'm going to get it all in her roots. There we go. Just like that. Now, we'll close this up so it doesn't get wet. Get any moisture in there. Got a nice cool breeze tonight, so that's good. There. I solved my problem with the night terrors. I feed the stray cats and they come in and they take the terrors out. So that was a good idea. Plus Kevin. Kevin was here, but he was outside all night, so he was just chilling. So right now, I'm going to take this And we're going to start working on getting her settled in. I'm going to put her a little bit that way. I could have cut a little more off, but it's not this time of the year. I mean, it's good for the root growth, but with her, I don't want to do too much. She's my little baby. She's been good growing. And the leaves get 3 times this size. I mean, catalpa trees are nice. You should see the flowers in the spring on them. So now I'm going to take the bottom end of my ball of my spoon and just fire it in. Fire it in. Get that soil mix in there. If you got arthritis, use a spoon. There we go. Yeah, a little bit forward. Next time, because I don't have any bigger pots, because she really does need a bigger pot so her roots can grow, but right now we're just going to do it this way because she was really coming out of the pot. And if she grows fast, like in June or July, we can repot her again. But we'll see how she takes through the winter. My biggest problem is the winter, because sometimes the winters here are fierce. Okay, we'll get that in. And my bamboo, or my chopstick. Just going to fire it into there. You can see the holes there, so that means I need more there. So what I'll do is, I'll fill this up. We'll use our spoon to get it in. She's got a lot of fine feeder roots. Something like this with these fine feeder roots, you don't really want to do a lot at this time of the year. Plus, I don't know if we're going to be real hot or not yet. You know, Chicago weather is Chicago weather. Well, get a little more in. A little more in. And I'm hoping that the Miklus really stimulates her roots to grow, because it's a symbiotic system where the roots will feed the bacteria, and the bacteria will feed the roots of nutrients that it can't get. So the bacteria wants the tree to live, and the tree wants the bacteria to live. So they work hand in hand together to help each other out. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Jay. Okay, thank you. That's all right. I'm doing my video, Jay. That's my grandson. He's washing clothes. There we go. I call him the Jaybird. There. Just like that. Get it in, get it in, get it in. Get some more soil mix. And remember, don't call your mix dirt. Dirt's what you sweep off the floor. It's your soil. There you go. Just like that. Okay, I'll take our fingers, push, push, push. Get her in there. See if the soil's even with the pot. Okay, let's wet her down. So you can take the surface tension out. And before we do anything else, put her over here. Yeah, my grandson takes care of the cat. He always keeps an eye on Kevin. And he does his own laundry. There we go. Give her a good wet. Good spritz over here. Oh, don't worry, Dana. I'll undizzy you this way. I wonder if plants get dizzy. I don't know. Now, we're just because we took a lot of roots off, I'm just going to cut this leaf by half. Some of the real big ones. So it doesn't lose a lot of water in this if we get some more heat. There we go. Take this one and cut it. Take this one and cut it. There we go. Just like that. I think that'll work out pretty good. Yep, it's dirty. Get all that soil on her. I'm going to have to wipe it down and give it a nice little sharpen. In case any of the perlite did anything to it. So we're just taking it in, taking it in. Then I'll put her in a microclimate because it's nice and cool tonight. That's why I waited to do it. Because the temperatures really went down. And you can see how nice the lipstick is still moist. I didn't get much on me. There we go. You never know when you don't do a tree for a long time and it's new to you. You don't know if you got fibrous roots or long stringy roots. I mean, this is a good root system on there. I'll get Mr. Spoon. Put a little bit there. You can see how the roots are coming out here. So if she takes off good and she survives the winter in this repotting, which she should, I'm going to take some extra good care of her. And a plant can feel your emotions, whether you care for it or not. If you don't care for it, it ain't going to live. Because they did experiments where they took 6 plants, 12 plants. They did, and same size, same species. And what they did is they took and gave them all the same fertilizer, but they separated 6 on one side, 6 in one room, and 6 on the other side of the room, but they all got the same light, same conditioning and everything. But the plants, the 6 on the right, they talked it, gave it a lot of words of encouragement to grow. And the plants on the left, all they did was fertilize it, didn't look at it, didn't care for them, didn't give them good thoughts or nothing. And those plants died, even though they got the same fertilizer, same sunlight, same growing conditions, because they felt unloved. It sounds weird, but it works. They did experiments on it. You can look it up. Okay, I'll have to get paper towels later. Well, that's why God made old shirts and old pants. Gotta wipe your hands in there real good. Now, I had to correct the date, so that's our date we're repotting it. repotting her. Old Dan. So if you get some catalpa seeds, try it out. There she is. Now I don't want her to dry out on top with this heat. So, okay, Tom, what'd you do with the rocks? Here they are. And she's pretty stable in the pot right now. All I'm going to do is, let me bring her up close so you can see how her root flare is starting to come out. So, I'm going to give her a shot. I'm going to hope she pulls through, this little girl. I got this on her so nobody digs in her. Or it'll help her retain some moisture in her in the heat. So she's going to go like in a half shady. She'll get like morning sun. And then shade the rest of the afternoon. I'm going to keep her out of the hot noonday sun. Because you never know. This is just fish gravel. Get it at any pet store that sells fish. And there's our little girl. No, we're not going to be fancy. We want her to live. Right, Dana? You're going to hang in there, little girl. Now you can see that she's growing this way. So when I stick her out in the spring, I'm going to put her this way. This way here, everything will grow that way. And then in the spring, we'll see how she's doing, like maybe late spring, maybe late May, early June. We'll take more of this section off so we can center her out in the pot more. But you can see she's got a nice bend all by herself. And all it is by clipping her. So there you go. Got the lipstick on there good. So, hope I wasn't disappointing, and you were probably expecting me to tear all the roots apart, but no, not at this time. Not with them fine roots like that. Not at this time of year. Right now I want her to recover. Let the roots grow into the new potting soil. And then if she starts lifting up late May, we'll take her out and we'll check her out and see how she's doing. We'll check the roots and see if they're growing good. Okay, so long video. So today's Friday night, dance night. Get your sweetie. If it's too hot, then just sit back with a ice cold tea or lemonade and listen to some big band music. And if you feel like dancing and you got the air conditioner on, then they have a slow dance. So you take care of everybody and give the catalpa tree a try. I mean, it grows, what is it? Oh, I didn't even write it down. It grows, okay. Here's what it grows to. I should have wrote it down for you. It grows 40 to 70 feet tall, or 12 meters to 21 meters tall. So I should have put it down for there. That's why I got books. Take care, everybody, and have a good night.